What's going on, everybody? This is BroncoJuggalo, and it is again Slashback Saturday. I am coming to you from deep within BroncoJuggalo headquarters. This is, of course, the BroncoJuggalo Man Cave, where I've been doing most of my videos from lately, guys. Aside from a few in the vehicle, I'm going to try and get that switched up, man, especially once winter's over. You know, especially the videos I do with Bill. We're going to try and give you some more really good content, some more skits, things like that. You know, the return of the comic cave, all that once we start getting a little more light. By the time I get done with work, the way it is in the winter, it's completely dark outside by the time I get over his place. So it does make filming a little more difficult. And honestly, by the time I get done with work, I'm really tired lately. But I do want to try and get you guys some more locations, some better places, some more looks, just some different views, you know? Anyways, I am coming to you with an 80s slasher. So fun last year, we had to do it again this year. I am doing one that I've never watched before, a movie that everybody heralds as such a great film, and it is a decent film. I don't know if it's as great as people say, though. I am doing 1982's Madman, directed by Joe Gianon, I don't know, starring Alexis Dubin as Betsy, Paul Ellers as Madman Mars, the killer. A group of campers accidentally summon a killer by the name of Madman Mars, who starts to stalk and pick off the campers one by one. Premise, the story, and the villain were all changed in this movie from the original script. The original script had it being Cropsey, and this movie just happened to come out at the exact same time as The Burning. Well, the production team of The Burning reached over and says, "You can't do that with our property." And hence Madman Mars was born. They changed it up a little bit. They changed the script around a little bit. But this was actually supposed to be a Cropsey Legend movie. The filming of Madman Mars was actually put on hold for one day when John Lennon was shot out of respect for the famous Beatle. Guys, we're going to do pros and cons as usual. I'm going to start with the pros. I have more pros than I have cons, but I still feel like the movie was oversold. And no, this is not a movie that I grew up watching. This is a movie that I just saw for the first time the other night. And I found when it comes to a lot of 80s slashers, or 80s horror films in general, that people grew up watching. I think that nostalgia kind of colors their judgment a little bit. Jason's going to hate me. But I think that you kind of lose your objectivity a little bit because you love something so much you grew up watching it. It was great when you were a kid, so you still think it's great when you're an adult. Very few times have I found that it really lives up to the hype people give them. And this is one of those times. Madman, while being a very good, awesome slasher, did not live up to the hype, in my opinion. One thing I have to say, though, is the blood and gore in this movie were on point. They were fucking awesome. There's not a huge variety of kills. We finally get a different kind of kill later. Basically, we have two kinds of kills in the movie. We got hangings, and we got axe choppings. That's pretty much it. Now, there is one really awesome beheading by truck. So that was pretty cool. And like I said, though, the gore looks good. It looks amazing. We get a lot of decapitations. And that looks really cool. I do love the look of Mars, and I like the backstory they gave him. I think that it works really well hand in hand. He kind of reminds me of what Victor Crowley would be before Victor Crowley. You know, it kind of reminds me of that story because, yes, like I said, this was supposed to be based on Cropsey. Well, they changed it, and they changed it enough to give him his own flavor. They changed it enough to give him his own character, and I did really enjoy that. The person that plays Madman Mars, he's a big dude, and the makeup they used on him kind of made him look like a really old farmer, but I did enjoy it. I thought it was good. I liked it, and I really do kind of think this was a forerunner for Victor Crowley. We do get one kill that was an accidental death, and it's not a kill by Madman Mars. Betsy is trying to fight Madman Mars, and she has a shotgun, and she accidentally blows her friend away, her own best friend. She, puts a couple rounds into her, and I did enjoy that. I thought that was kind of cool. Kind of a twist. You don't see that a lot in these movies. And I did think that it was a good way to get a good kill in there that wasn't done by the killer. And finally, guys, I love the theme music for this movie. I love the opening song. It's also played at the end with words. I really, really like the music for this movie. That's it for the pros, though, guys. We're going to get into the cons. Now, these cons, to me, were a bit heavy. Even though there aren't very many of them, they were a bit heavy. My first con is that every character in this movie is a throwaway character. They are just all not good. Aside from Madman Mars himself, all the characters, including our quote-unquote final girl, including the last remaining character, they're all just boring, throwaway characters that I didn't give two shits about. Leading off of that, I don't like the acting in this film. A lot of these people were just bad. God, they sucked. I mean, there's some bad acting in old movies, old horror movies, especially from the 80s, but this one really, there was some bad acting. Especially in the love scenes. They just were awkward, and the kissing looked terrible. You could tell that they were not comfortable doing these scenes. I don't like that the person who brings all this down on them, so minor spoiler here if you haven't seen this, I don't like that the person who brings it all down on this group of campers survives at the end of the film. I think that's kind of fucked up. Joe said, it's kind of maybe a warning to, he's like, see what you did? I fucked up all your friends because of you. But, I still think he should have been killed. I thought it should have killed him at the end or something. I can't believe he lived. It kind of bugs me. It really does. My final con, and this is a big one for me, Jason and Joe both think the scene is funny. I didn't find any humor in it at all. It's cheesy and it's stupid and it shouldn't have been in the movie completely. There is a terrible hot tub lovemaking scene where they play this song and they play the entire song, and we basically get a 3-minute or so long music video right in the middle of this movie. A sexy, I should say, in quotations, sexy, hot tub music video that isn't very sexy, like I said, in quotations. And I just honestly found it to be really awkward and just really crappy, and it really drew me out of the film. Like, very much drew me out of the film. In fact, I was thinking about it completely into the rest of the movie. I was thinking about that scene throughout the rest of the film, and it completely drew me out of the film. It really did. And I think that may have been why it kind of colored the rest of the film for me. But it is what it is. I still did enjoy Madman, and I think you guys should go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. If you have seen it and you love this movie, you can tell me how wrong I am in the comment section below. That's okay. I don't mind. I'm used to being right and everybody else being wrong. What can I say? I'm just kidding. This is BroncoJuggalo saying, check out everybody else doing Slashback Saturday. Check out Joe the Horror Man, the creator of the Slashback Challenge. This is BroncoJuggalo for Slashback the sequel saying, peace.